Host Razul McGee from Springfield, Virginia. We keep you updated on all sports in the DMV with the In the Zone Sports Talk Radio Network. And be sure to download the Try 99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support. Now, let's get into the DMV Sports Talk Show. Welcome to the best evening sports show on the planet, the DMV Sports Talk Show, with your host, Razul McGee from Springfield, Virginia. We keep you updated on all sports in the DMV with the In the Zone Sports Talk Radio Network. And be sure to download the Try 99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support. Now, let's get into the DMV Sports Talk Show. Welcome to the best evening sports show on the planet, the DMV Sports Talk Show, with your host, Razul McGee from Springfield, Virginia. We keep you updated on all sports in the DMV with the In the Zone Sports Talk Radio Network. And be sure to download the Try 99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support. Now, let's get into the DMV Sports Talk Show. Welcome to the best evening sports show on the planet, the DMV Sports Talk Show, with your host, Razul McGee from Springfield,
back. Welcome to the DMV Sports Show. I'm your host, your night host, Razul McGee. It's
with the In the Zone Sports Talk Radio
Saturday
Network. And be sure to download the Try 99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance.
all right. Like I said before, it's Saturday. That's right, Saturday to hear the sports that you want to hear on your weekend. I'm your night show host from the planet to the fars of the sea for something to remember. For the ends to be. I'm your host, Razul McGee. We got a lineup that you wouldn't believe. We got something new for the NBA. We got something that we're going to tell you. But tonight we're going to talk about the Washington Commanders. And there was a trade alert. Yeah, we're going to talk about the Washington Wizards as always. Congrats to the Texas Rangers for winning the World Series. To this day, I don't know what happened, and we're going to talk about other teams as well, including the Maryland Terrapins, who are going against Penn State, who are not looking so good in the fourth quarter. As always, Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan, have been a headache for us, but don't trip. I got your back. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the news. All right. But before we do, we got somebody here that we always have on the call to help us with some ideas. That is none other than Steven Davidson, Big Steve. How you doing, Big Steve?
Hey, how you doing, Wasu? How you doing, everybody? Let's go.
Let's go. Soon enough, we're going to have people coming in, so no worries. We always do this. As always, we have the couch sit down. We're going to have a little chat. Now, Steve, we had a trade alert. Two teams wanted to trade a player for their picks. Oh, wait a minute. We got Miriam. How you doing, Miriam? So the thing about this, Big Steve, we have a problem because these two teams that I'm about to tell you, one we're about to play, the other one we already lost to. The one we lost to is 2-6, well 2-5 at the time, and the one that we're trying to play or going against has a little better record. I think it was what 6-2, 7.
That's correct.
6-2. Okay.
Yeah.
And this team that I'm just referring to is the 49ers. Now, the 49ers already got one of our star players playing for them, and Trent Williams. You know, he was there some seasons ago. Now it's going to be, they traded for Chase Young. So Chase Young is now a 49er. And MONTEZ Sweat, who is now a Bear, which is 2-6. My analysis of this is, why would you trade two of your primary ends to a team that you're going to face and a team that you already lost to? Back in the day, if Joe Gibbs was going to lose a player, he would work out a deal. If he was going to lose a player, he would send them to a team that he doesn't want to face in the NFCs. He would probably face them once a year. Now we're sending a team to the division to play you not once a year, maybe every single year, depending on the schedule being made. So, in that sense, this is what happened. So, when the presser came, and I was going, this is what I told Coach. Coach should be up here a little bit later. If not, no worries. I told Coach, Ron Rivera was sitting down with a presser with Jay Finley. And he said, and I quote, well, when I was with Carolina, we needed a fresh start, and we traded some players, and then we went into the playoffs or Super Bowl. I said, so this is what you did. You didn't trade the players because they were bad. You trade the players because you wanted to have a good turnaround for the season for the team. So you sacrificed two bookends to complete that deal. What do you think, Big Steve? How did that sound to you?
Oh, okay. How you doing, Mel? First thing I'm going to say is that next year, these two guys would have been free agents, unrestricted free agents, and they would have cost the Commanders a bunch of money. We so far have $90 billion underneath that cap. And then we got, to make sense of it, we got five of the top 100 picks.
Here.
In the third round. From first to third, we got 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So the twos can do damage, and then they're looking out for the future. I mean, if we would have kept Sweat or Young or anything, it would have cost the Commanders a whole lot of money. So that's why they did the trade. It's instead of saying, well, let's negotiate with these two guys, set them free. And not only San Francisco got Young, they also got Gregory from the Cowboys. So, oh my God, you got to watch out for that defense today.
So I hear what you're saying. Right? Don't get me wrong. I understand the business side of it. No, don't get me wrong. But still, the season would have been saved. You understand? Even though the trade deadline would have left, we still would have got some picks at the end of the season.
Well, we did get picks, but the thing about it is, it was free agent over with, in October, and they had to make the deal. They had to make the deal now and get it over. They think about a team, not two individuals, even though that was great, but just think, we got other players that fit in, and then next year you'll have 5 of the top 100 picks, and that's pretty good.
So, you're okay.
They didn't really lose, but they actually gained something.
No, so I get what you're saying. Again, don't get me wrong. I understand exactly what you're saying. We do have 500 picks. We're the first, third round, second and third.
Yeah, we got 5 of the top picks.
Okay,
the third round, which is pretty good.
My thing is that even though we let the trade deadline lapse, and they would have still been under contract, we would have desperately needed them to play against the 49ers. We already lost to the Bears. We didn't need to trade the Bears anything because we lost 40 bills to them. 40. We're still trying to beat a team. So that way hold on.
The best thing to say about it is that we didn't lose anything. We gained, because if they could have been free agents next year and we wouldn't have got nothing for them. Not no compensation pick or anything. So it was a good move by the Commanders. New ownership.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. Again, I hear you. I'm listening. I get where you're coming from. You say it's a good deal. The Commander fans that I talk to are 50-50. But the process is the presser. The presser, here's the thing. He could have said, well, we couldn't have kept both of them. So we had to do what was best for the team. But Ron Rivera said this. When he was in Carolina, he traded away players and they went to the Super Bowl or playoffs. That didn't sit well with me because you basically gave away 2 bookends that had 5, 6, 7, 8, it was 5 or 6, 7 sacks each. The only person that has more sacks is Daron Payne, the DT in the middle. Jonathan Allen has vocally said he wants out.
Well, he signed a contract, so he ain't going nowhere.
You don't know that. You don't know that. They might trade him. Sweat was on the contract too.
Whoever team picks him up is going to have to give the Commanders 2 number 1 picks. Not 1, but 2.
I get what you're saying. But when you look at the photo of Chase Young looking at his phone, he was not happy. He was not thrilled. Yeah. He was not ecstatic. The man was in emotionally pain because he wanted to stay. Montez Sweat as well wanted to stay, but we traded them to opposite ends of the NFC division, West and North. West and North. Just like we did Preston Smith.
Oh, yeah. Green Bay.
Preston Smith was one of the best bookends we had. He was on fire. He was setting records. And what did we do with him? Send him to Green Bay with his brother.
Yeah, for a stupid defensive back, former old guy who got toasted.
Yes, that's true.
My wide receiver.
Now let's bring him to the forefront. Same thing with Brian Arapaho. We had to let Brian Arapaho go, and he went to the Tennessee Titans and retired. Now he's over there baking cupcakes, or whatever he is at in Tennessee. Same thing with Ryan Kerrigan. 10 years with us. 10 sacks against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Broke a record. Let him go to the Eagles. Are you starting to see the pattern here?
Yeah.
We are known.
It's because, excuse me for pardon, but Sweat just signed a 4-year contract with the Chicago Bears worth $98 million.
I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him, but that still doesn't. that still remain the fact of where we're going to be at, because tomorrow we have to go to Foxborough to take on the Patriots and Bill Belichick. Now, here's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to read the stats. First, I'm going to give you the playoff picture, and I'm going to give you the stats of the Patriots and Commanders game. All right. This is going to shed a whole bunch of light on what I'm about to say. First, I'm going to go to the playoff picture. And in this playoff picture, it's going to reveal where we stand amongst in the hunt and in the bubble. Right now, in the hunt, Eagles, Lions, Seahawks, Falcons, Cowboys, 49ers, Vikings. That's the end of it for in the hunt. In the bubble, Saints, Buccaneers, Rams, Commanders, and Packers and Giants and Bears and Carolina and Arizona Cardinals. Here's what I'm going to say to you right now. Cardinals, Panthers, out already. Bears, out. If they lose one more time, they're out. And there's a bye week in week 9 for them. For the Giants, if they lose one more time, they're out. Packers, they have a chance to either win or lose. If they lose, they're still in the bubble, but as soon as they lose another game, they're out. We are right there at number 11. Week 9 is going to be a bye week, and we're going to either go 4-5 or 3-6. Now, after what I'm seeing, we don't have a bull rush. We don't have a rush to get to the quarterback. Toonhill, he might get there 1 or 2 times. He's not going to get there all night. He is a bench he's a reserve. He's a reserve for a reason, because he doesn't have that type of motor that goes all day, every day for 4 quarters. That man's going to tucker out. Same thing with KJ Henry. KJ Henry is young, but he doesn't have the motor like a Montez. Well, let me say, Montez Sweat didn't have a motor, but he does have a motor, but he was getting blocked a lot, one-on-ones. Chase Young had 3 people, the left tackle, the right guard, and the center hold him before he could get to the quarterback. So right now, I don't see us elevating. Now, they said they were going to rotate the 2 bookends. They're going to rotate Toonhill and have Smith and KG rotate. I don't see us sacking Mac Jones but 3 times.
No, I see the difference. I think they're gonna sack him 4 times.
I don't see it, bro. And I'm just being real with you. I don't see it, because if you look at let me go to the second point I have. All right, let's go to the Patriots. Now, this is a very good point. And I wanted to show Coach, because Coach just asked me a question, and she was very, very hurt about Chase and Montez leaving. She was extremely, extremely saddened. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to read you the stats on. And I know you're going to say, well, stats don't really matter. Well, they do matter, because we're definitely going against them right tomorrow. So, where is it? Oh, I hope it's here. No, it's not here. Let me see if I can go back. Okay. Maybe I should go to games. Where's the games? Schedule. There you go. All right. Let's go to the schedule. Now, in this, what I'm about to reveal is a real good Well, I'm glad in NFL. I'm going to the NFL.com. NFL.com allows you to show you, the rankings of each team versus their opponent. All right. So in this case, I think it's scores. Why is it not going? Okay, there we go. There it goes. Okay, it pops on. All right. So in this case here, can y'all hear me all right? All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Louis Tenor, how you doing, Lou?
All right, Rasal, thanks.
Hey, welcome. So we were just going over the Commanders and Patriots, and I wanted to get your take on, before we head into that, how do you feel about Washington trading those bookends to the Bears, who they lost to, and the 49ers, who they're going to play this season? How do you feel about that?
Well, I've been concerned about the 49ers. I mean, they started off so hot, and now there's this slide of a 3-game streak, and it's pretty, being a little bit inconsistent. That does kind of worry me. So, I don't know if it's so much of a good trade or not, but with the Commanders, right now they need all the help they can get, because right now the bottom of the division is a dumpster fire. So they're going to need all the help they can get.
That is true. That is true. And I like, and I thank you for your honesty. As you see right now, that the problem is consistent. We're not consistent. Now, as I said on the show, I was concerned about Sam Howell. Yes, Sam Howell threw over 2,000 yards. Yes, he has probably maybe 8 or 9 touchdowns, maybe 10. I don't know. I haven't really checked. Yes, he's doing well for himself, but those accolades do not change the fact that we're 3-5. Yes, him alone, he's doing exactly what his coach is coaching him up to do. That still doesn't give the fact that we're 3-5, and we need to be either 4-5 after this, or 500 by the end of week 9. As I stated before, this game is really, really important. Each game that we have been in is a must-win, and sometimes, not sometimes, all the times we just said that it's a must-win and they lose. This is by far a really, 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 really good game that we have to win, and we must win. And this is 100% true fact. This is a bookmark in our season. If we do not win this game, we are out, because we're in the bubble. That would mean we have to hope that the Vikings lose and Seattle lose when we play them. Here is the stats on the game tomorrow, folks, against the Patriots and Commanders. Commanders are ranked 15th in offense, which is better than the Patriots, who are ranked 24th. Here's when it gets really bad, folks. I'm talking about nightmare bad. I would have thought today is Halloween, but it isn't. Defense is 30th, and their defense is 16th. Our passing is 10th to their 17th. And here where is night and day. Their running game is 25th. Our running game is 24th. So there are really, really direct contrast there. And it's really problematic, because we give up almost 115 points per game. And that 115 points per game allows opponent offenses to score a lot of points. Now, what does this mean ultimately? That means Toonhill, Smith, and KG Henry has to constantly sack Matt Jones a combined of 22 times. We have to grab the ball and get at least 4 INTs in this game. That means Matt Jones has to throw at least 2 times of interceptions and have a low completion rating of 58%. Keep in mind, the defense has to allow 100 yards rushing for us to win this game. This is a really big thing to say because the evidence of our team is we can't do it. Now that both Montez Sweat and Chase Young are no longer on this team, everybody is waiting to see if this team is going to either show up or stay the same.
At this point in the season, you're all you can get.
Every game that we have been in, it was a must-win.
But the way the division is now, I mean, you have the Cowboys ahead of you. The Eagles are, we're going to go back to the division, so the time to get through it is now. I mean, no one really has the Giants, which of course are.
Well, if you look at, let's look at again. We just went over the bubble and hunt, and we are in the bubble. You and the Eagles are in the hunt. This game between you two will decide the fact who's going to be in the number one driver's seat. Now, we got swept by the Eagles, so there's no way we're winning the NFC East. We got trounced by the Giants, which is what? We're 1-2? Yeah, we're 1-2. No, did we? No, we're 0-2 because we really didn't beat nobody. Wait. Okay, so we lost to the Eagles the first time. We lost to the Eagles second time. That's 2. We're 0-3. We're 0-3 in the division, which means that we have to win. We have to be 500. That means we have to beat Dallas twice and then win the Giants game to be 3-3, which is not going to happen because the way we are right now. I want to be positive. Trust me, I want to be positive, but I'm going through the analytics in my head right now. And for us to be where we at before week 9 is that we have to win this game, beat Seattle, beat the Giants, then beat Dallas on Thanksgiving. And looking at the variables right now, even though that trade Trevon Diggs of the Cowboys is out for the year, Bland is actually making more INTs than Emmanuel Forbes. So right now, I do not see, and that's another thing too. And then after I tell you this, we're going to move on to the NBA. Jack Del Rio said in his presser, we're going to continue on doing the same thing we always done. And that's cover 2 and zone. I told you guys that this guy is not going to change anything about his scheme. He is definitely going to do the same thing. And he's going to sit there and he's going to continue on and he's going to hurt this defense. Now, he's going to play Ridgeway. Now, Ridgeway is not a really good player. He's slow and he's a DT, but he used him in a blitzing format where he should never do, because now you're going to have a heavy offensive tackle that's going to move him out the way and open up the running lanes or passing lane. That's why I not like Ridgeway. Ridgeway is a special teamer. You don't allow Ridgeway to be on defense. Not only that, we got to generate up the field now. We got to use Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen more, and then Toon Hill and KJ Henry can finish off the Mac Jones quarterback. Also, we have to keep the running back in play. We do not have to let this running back run freely through the defense. They're going to test our secondary again. They're going to see if they're going to throw down the field. They're going to do all these things that we have been exposed to. This is a problem. This is what I always said on the show. The more times we're open on the field on defense, the more exposure we'll have on tapes for other people to see. So let me ask the panel. This is a very, very bad thing that's coming up. And I try to be as positive as I always can. Are we going to win against the Patriots? Bill Belichick must be flipping out pages, put them in the binders, head them out to offense. They might be practicing right now in Foxborough. They might be up right now, highlighting stuff, writing notes. They might be, flipping out through tapes of us losing and seeing what we do best and what we don't do best, and just dissecting us forever. They probably have Matt Jones sitting in a chair falling asleep while the running back is eating chips and stuff. Bro, I'm serious. This is serious. So here are okay, before you start, I want to give two things. I saw Eric Bieniemy's presser. He praised Sam Howell. He praised Sam Howell and his progression. He's saying that the offense is starting to look like we're doing something, but it's not 100% where we need to be. The question from the reporter was, you have all these passes. What about the running game? And I threw up my hands like, finally, somebody's witnessing what I always witnessed through this game. There's no running the ball. And he started laughing. He said, yes, we need to run the ball more. We'll find a way. I'm glad you asked that question, but we need to run the ball more. And I'm like, okay, all right. Well, at least you admitted that you need to run the ball more, but that doesn't give the fact that you're not going to run the ball, because the fact that Terry McLaurin is short of 1,000 yards. So by the time this season's over, he should have 1,000 yards losing. So this brings up another point, but we're not going to get to that point. But I'm gonna read the team statistics, and I'm going to do half of it because I don't feel like doing all of it, because the bad part is the bottom of it. So the top first downs is 164 to 157 of opponents, 44 over 100 of 20 penalties is by rushing and throwing. So we have 100 yards passing, but only 44 yards rushing. But our opponent has 52 rushing and 95 passing with 10 yards penalized. That's a problem, right? Why is that a problem? Because we lose yards based off penalties after gaining a lot of yards, right? Third down, we're only 32 of 97, and our opponent is 46 of 112. What does that mean? That means that our opponents reach third down and convert third downs more than what we do. We're more 3 and outs. That reflects in this. 6 and 12, fourth down conversions. We're 6 to 12, and our opponent is 7-11. That means that our opponents score more of fourth down after we stop them 3 and outs. That is another problem. Now, total offense, we're 2,557, and our opponents is 2,993. That's another problem because we're actually throwing more interceptions, and they're gaining off of that. So that's the problem of this. Our offense is experiencing an unflux balance, right? So we're gaining and then hurting ourselves, and they're gaining and they're scoring. And then what they're doing is they're stopping us from scoring, and we have more 3 and outs. So that's the unbalance there. So I'm asked the panel again, we're going back to it. Are we going to win against the Patriots this Sunday. Big Steve.
Yeah, we should win because if you look at the Patriots getting blown out by just off the wall teams, not good teams, but off the wall teams, we should be our offense just by itself should beat them. I mean, our defense can handle it because they don't have a running game. And if he runs him, he don't have a passing game. So I think we're gonna win by 10 points.
All right, Lou.
I agree with that because I mean, remember, this is not the same Patriots team with Tom Brady and company in the Rock. So, the way they've been playing, Washington might be able to sneak in with this. I don't think it's going to be a blowout game, though. I mean, you got two teams that are kind of weak right now, so it should be like very defensive type like game here. But I do think the Commanders have a chance to pull it out by a slight margin.
I found that I sense a little hesitation in your voice, but we'll come back to that. Miriam, do you want to participate? Okay, never mind. You're probably doing something. But okay, so let me go back to both of y'all. Let me do Steve first. So Steve, you said they don't have a running game, but they're 25th in rush. Now, here's what I'm going to say to you. There was another team that we thought were going to be an easy win. Bears. The Bears, exactly. And the Bears didn't have a running game either. But what was said to me prior was they rushed for 125 yards in their previous game. And they threw for a lot of yards in their previous game, which means they were gaining momentum. I threw that off like, no, don't worry about it. That's not going to work. We're actually more talented on defense, and I put all my faith in defense. I thought it was going to be 17-10. Turned out to be, I thought it was going to be 40 to their 17, and we're going to win by 40. They flipped the switch. They flipped the script on us, and we scored 20. So based off what I'm seeing right now, and then I'm gonna go to Lou. I'm gonna go and debate what Lou was saying. But after seeing that, what I witnessed against the Bears, what I'm seeing right now, mentally right now, when I'm going through first, second, and third quarter, I'm actually going through the Patriots' second and third down conversions on their previous game. They have a capability of throwing the football. They don't have to run it as much against us. You know why? Because we give up 115 points. That's at home. On the road, we give up close to 80 points on the road. That's where you have to set your mind at. Because if you look at where we're doing, the offense is doing fine. They're starting to get their rhythm. Defensive, we haven't really found our niche yet. And Jonathan Allen said this very, very clear previously, like 2 days ago. He said this defense is just not very good. I didn't say it. He said it. He said, and I quote, this defense is not very good. And that leans on Jack Del Rio real hard. And that's my problem. This man doesn't see that he is a problem. He sees that the problem is the players. And I don't get it. I don't get it, because if you look at the talent sheet, and I know the old saying is, you're talented on paper, but you got to play. We're still talented on the field. We got Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen. We got Emmanuel Forrest. We got Kevin Fuller, who won his Super Bowl ring. We got Benjamin St. June, and we got Derek Foster. We got Percy Butler. Percy Butler's even catching fire. And we got, what's that dude's name? I forgot his name. Quad from for Illinois. So if we got talent and we're not using this talent, what are we doing? We're supposed to be fire. We're supposed to be dominant. We're supposed to be the Jets defense. The Jets defense is supposed to be us. We're mocking, we're emulating them. They have a defense just like us, but they're more dominant in that we're just looking in space, looking at the pretty birds and stuff. What is going on? Okay, so my thing is, I don't see us like we have an urgency. I don't see it. What I see is that our defense is going to allow 21 points in the first, second quarter. We might get 3 points because I don't see Sam Howell extending the play in the red zone. I see Johan Dotson scoring majority of the points, and then Scared Terry is probably going to score probably the third quarter. That leaves the tight ends. Who's going to show up? Is it going to be Logan? Is it going to be Bates? Is it going to be Cole Turner? Because we haven't really seen Cole. And I thought Cole was going to be the red zone savior. They haven't really put him on the field yet. So that there's a whole combination I'm looking at right now in my head right now. There's no answer for. Now they got a whole bunch of no names. They got Matt Jones, who was an Alabama quarterback.
Right.
They don't have a running back game, but they do have running game. You know, all they got to do is open up the C gap against our defense, where Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne is actually at, and win. All they got to do is put 2 people on Deron Payne. They got to put 1 person on Jonathan Allen and push him. That's it. That's all got to do. Push him to the side. The running back has got a lane and the A gap. That's what they got to do. And then all you're gonna do is see people throw their hands up like, how are we gonna stop them? They're that good. They're ranked 25th in rushing. We're better than them. We got AG. Unleash AG. That's our weapon. You're focusing way too much on the primaries of Dami Brown and Pringle. AG is right there. He's a wide receiver / running back for a reason. If you want a dynamic player, put him on the line. You can't just sit him down. And then you got Brian Robertson, right? You got him. But you use him in every down situation. Yes, he's strong, but you got somebody on the defense of the Patriots that's much stronger. He fumbled and he regained. He fumbled again and lost. So I'm getting frustrated, but I'm seeing a lot that they have to clean up. And majority of my frustration is on Jack's side, because Jack doesn't really give crap. But going back to what Lou says, Lou said that this is not the team of Tom Brady. You're right. But this still is the team of Belichick. And Belichick is the type of person that he's going to use all his players. Offensive linemen, special teams, defense. He'll even play a rookie corner as a running back and then mock us and see if you can stop it. This man could have a man rushing for 4-1, has 4-1 speed, and put him in the offense, and we get burned every single time. That's what they did against the Broncos against us, and we were 21-3? No, 21-3 at the half. We were 21-0 in another game. I think it was the Giants game. No, 14-0 against the Giants game. And then we scored off of the punt return. What makes you think this is not going to be the same situation?
Right.
So there's so many variables that's going around my head right now, and I'm trying to fit which one is suitable for this. And the first quarter is going to go bad. Because as soon as we get on the field and they pick the coin and they kick off to us, now they might defer. No, they're going to defer. Patriots is going to defer, and we're going to have the ball. We might drive to middle of the field and then we're going to have a 3-and-out. Now, we might get a little bit further so that Joe Skiles, can kick a field goal. We'll probably get 3 points there. Then they're going to score, and then they're going to have us fumble, and then they're going to score 2, and then they're going to score before the half. That's 21-3. That's what I've got in my head right now. After that, I don't know what's going to happen after that. Because if that doesn't if that doesn't set the alarms off, I don't know what does. If you want to come back to this question, we can. We're gonna go ahead and go to the Wizards, but let's go to the NBA. The NBA has now constructed a visual NCAA tournament, and I want to get y'all take on it. And to some degree, it's more like a soccer game than it's actually a basketball game. I'm gonna read what they have. Right, the in-season tournament is basically a tournament for coaches and players to get paid $500,000. Now, that's only if you pursue into the playoffs. In the season, you're going to be playing in your own group. So there's a group, there's a West group, there is a East group. Let me see if I can get this in. All right. Now, a lot of people are dumbfounded by this, and they don't know. It's so confusing, and I agree. J.J. Redick was like, what in the heck is this? It doesn't make any sense, and it doesn't. Why would you pay players $500,000 for succeeding when they get paid a lot more? So here's where there's a problem. All right, so let me see if I can get. And Lou, you can help me out if I'm, if I'm wrong in certain areas, and we'll just go that way. All right, so most likely you play everybody in your group, right? And then you play everybody in the next group, right? So if you lose, I think you're out. If you lose more than what? I think it's 7 or 8 games. No, excuse me. More than. Hold on. I'm trying to. I can't even get the daggone thing.
You play your group games. That's 4 games. You play all that. It's a 7 game. 7 games in like a full player, I believe.
Yeah. See, that's one.
I think if you lose like about 4, you're probably gone.
Yeah, I was something like that. It's let me get there, because I was reading it today, and I was like, why are you doing that? Why are you treating everything like a soccer game? So let me pull this up. All right, here we go. So the NBA released a complete game schedule and national TV matchups and group play of an integral NBA in-season tournament, which will tip off November 3rd, which it did. During this, it's 2023-24 regular season. Now, the complete game schedule and national broadcast schedule of 23-24 regular seasons will be announced on Thursday, August 17th. That was August past. Group play games, the first 2 stages in the in-season tournament will take place Tuesday and Fridays in November. The tournament nights, the only NBA game scheduled will be group play games. Now, ESPN and TNT will combine air time of 14 games per group play. Now, the first tournament night is November 3rd. So we just had the pass yesterday of the first tournament. It will be a doubleheader. ESPN New York Knicks versus the Milwaukee Bucks at 7:30, and the defending NBA championship, the Nuggets against the Dallas Mavericks. Nuggets won. TNT will begin the group play broadcast Tuesday, November 14th. Now, with the San Antonio Spurs going to visit Oklahoma City Thunder, 7:30, and then next will take on the Clippers in Denver. Now, so here's what it is. November 3rd, group play begins. 28th, group play ends. So the quarterfinals will be in December 4th to the 5th, and the semifinals will be December 9th, and December 9th will be the championships. So that means they shorten the NBA schedule so that way they have more time to recoup. That doesn't make sense. So that means January, February, March, April, May, June. That means no basketball.
No. It's not for the 18 schedule. This is just like the choosing a friends games, and all games count towards the regular season, except the so-called championship games. So you're not missing anything.
Wait, but see, they call this the tournament. So what they took out was the end play tournament at the end of the season. They took that out and used it for the regular season, and then they shortened it, the playoffs, and then they shortened the championships. So that way there would be no basketball played next year. Look, it says right here, it says December 9th, it's the championship, which means they
of the playing of this in-season tournament, but the season will go on.
So you're saying the playoffs will be extended into April?
No. This thing is only like 7 games of this so-called in-season tournament. They don't have like a Final Four, and the championship of this particular tournament will end on December 9th. But you're not going to miss any. You're still going to play their regular 18 game schedule and playoffs all that. It's what the WNBA does. They play for a Commissioner's Cup during like in mid-season, and it doesn't affect their regular season schedule either. So it's kind of like that.
But see, that doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't.
It doesn't, but they're trying to think of this crazy idea.
I mean, I'm looking at this, and I'm looking how they got this. They got the East A, they got the East B, and the East C. They got the West A, they got the West B, and they got the West C. So basically what they did was they took 6 box and put everybody in there. And most likely right now, they have to play everybody in the division, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 10 at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 15 at the bottom. So that's total 15. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 10 at the top, and 5 at the bottom. That's 15. So you got 30 teams. 30 teams right now, and in the East and the West. And they got to play each other like 7 times, right? So 7 times 30 is 210 times. Each team has to balance out who's going to go to the playoffs at the end at December 9th. So that's less than what we had before. It doesn't make no sense. It really, whoever thought about this format had the right idea, but the wrong process. This is fine. I have no problem with the in tournament, but what you're doing is you're going to have a problem with teams trying to figure out, okay, who do we play next after we beat everybody? Yeah. Right? So do we just sit and wait? Do we have a bye week? I mean, what's happening? We already won the $500,000. So what are we going to do now? We're going to sit there and play with our thumbs? Are we champions now? It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. The jury's out. So the Wizards played against the Miami Heat yesterday and got crushed. To this day, like I told you before, the players they have on the court does not scare anybody. They got what's his name? Bilal from from the whatever from France, and then you got Denny Ajinajad, who was just given $55 million. Yeah, they didn't matter at all. And I was I was like, why are you putting this guy on a court? And I was talking to a fan who was 100% a Denny supporter. I don't have no problem with Denny. Let me just say this. I have no problem with Denny. My problem is that I don't have a problem with his being, a Jewish person. He said that, you have a problem with him being Jewish. No, I'm like, no, I do not. I do not care about his ethnicity. I do not care about his religious belief. I do not care about that. But when you get to the NBA and he's playing like trash, I'm going to call it. He plays like trash. Yes, he scored 14 points. In his previous games, he's only averaging 10 points. But Lau is averaging 1 steal per game. The rookie that we drafted is not even. He averaged 12 points every single time. I do not like these two at all because we are trying to win a game and a championship. You do not draft a player. Do you see Wimby from the Spurs? He put up 38 points. That's what we're trying to do. He did that for the Spurs. What did we do for the Wizards? 14, 12, and we lost. Thank you. I won't do that. I don't understand it. How can you sit there and allow this to be on the court? If we traded both of those two, like we did Chase and MONTEZ, I would be happy. I won't have no remorse. Will we get out of it? We'll probably get a 1 and 2 next year. We could always, get the free agents from the D League to come up here and help us out because we know they have that type of skill. I want to thank y'all for coming in, but we're going to do the 7-3 ratio as we always do. And I dread things like this because it really reflects on the team and the team, they brought this on to themselves. So 7-3 ratio, 7 being we have confidence in the team, 3 we don't have confidence. So the Patriots and Commanders, we're going to Foxborough. Let's go from Lou to Steve to see what's happening. All right, Lou, Foxborough, Commanders. Who you got? Who's winning? By what margin? Lou?
I hate to say it, but I'm gonna say Patriots
5. Wow. So you're in between. Okay. All right. No problem. All right. Hey, man, it's honesty. I'd rather for you to be honest than don't know at all, man. All right, Big Steve, what you think?
30-14 Commanders.
30-14. That's a big margin. So what are you what you basing that on, though?
I'm basing it on their defense and stuff, and then their offense haven't scared anybody. So I think if the Saints could be 34-0, what you think we're gonna do?
Well, the Saints are a different commodity. They have the people that they wanted, and they've been actually elevating up slowly, and they've been falling too. So they're on flux. We're not that way. We're actually falling and trying to climb up the hole. That's the problem with us. But for me, there has to be factors. If we get pick 6 first in the first quarter, and Fuller and St. Jude's and Percy Butler and we start actually playing like we mean something on defense, then I'm thinking we're gonna beat them with 3. But if we start playing like we did against the Bears and the Eagles and the Giants, and we just look like we're trying to get there, like Airbnb. We're trying to get there, but we're almost there. If we're trying to get there, tomorrow, we're gonna try again to lose, and that's the problem. So I think if we win by 3. If we lose, we will lose by 10 or 15, because this team doesn't really show me that they can elevate. And now that they let go of Montez Sweat and Chase Young, I don't see them actually having a pass rush that can go beyond Ryan Kerrigan numbers. So I'm right there. So those are my 2 predictions. We win by 3 if we do what we say by, getting pick 6 all day, every day. He has to have a horrible day. Matt Jones got to have a horrible day for us to win. But I see us being 15 points underdog against this team, especially in New England. So I want to thank Lou, Louis Tenor, for the Hand Sports Show. I want to thank Big Steve, always coming in and giving his input. Yo, thank you so much for coming in. And thank you guys for coming in and entertaining us and actually sitting down and listening to some sports. Because you're great. So you hear me first and set everything second. You're conquerors by definition. So go conquer your dreams because you deserve it. I want to thank y'all. So be safe. Have a great weekend. Watch the game. Eat a little popcorn. We'll be back next week as we always do. We're going to have Coach and the whole body. If you want, we want you to come in as well. So God bless. Stay safe. And always, always remember, you are somebody too. You are
Thank
somebody
you,
too. You're welcome.
Good show.
I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much.
No problem.
All right, bro.
All right.
Be safe. Have a good weekend.